I spent the day at the office today, and my coworkers, they know I do comedy, so they'll ask me questions. They'll be all, "Oh, whoa, that's so cool. Do you get paid to do it?" And I tell them, "Well, I mean, I write most of my jokes when I'm here." So, yeah. I have a salary, 401k, health insurance. I mean, you know the deal. It's a pretty good gig. Okay, I have an example for you guys because it feels like you want one. I was perusing the internet the other day. Again, not my job, just bored. And I came across an article titled "Woman in India Trampled to Death by Elephant." Sad, but intriguing. So I read on only to find out that at that woman's funeral, that same elephant came storming on through. And I thought, wow, whatever that woman did, that elephant did not forget. All right. Some of you get it. Some of you don't. It really doesn't matter. I got paid. I work in consulting, and basically all that means is I get to say the word client all of the time. And it makes me feel so professional just being all, the client wants this, the client wants that. I'm gonna murder this client. They're just so annoying. Always asking me to do my job and stuff. I don't think they get it. I am busy writing jokes. It's always fun when people ask me where I work, because then I like to say the bathroom. Yeah, it's kind of funny, right? More of a necessity for me at times. I work as an engineer. The bathroom's where I go to hide from sexism. Yeah. It's pretty safe in there. Sometimes I'm sitting on the toilet staring at the stall like, is it gonna sneak through the cracks? Is that why those are there? But so far, so good. I pee in there, I cry in there, I take meetings in there, Teams meetings, video on. Clients will always comment, "Oh, bathroom stall, that's an interesting background choice." I don't think our company has that option. I'm like, good, that means your company doesn't have a problem. Can I come work for you? I have a fun male coworker that'll come into the office saying fun male things. Yeah. Yeah. He'll just come storming in through that door, a lot like the elephant at the funeral. Do you guys remember that? Because the elephant would, just saying. But he'll come in the office saying things like, "Another day, another 72 cents after taxes." And I just tell him, try 60. Do you guys get it? Because you put X over 72 equals 83 over 100, because women make 83 cents to a man's dollar. You cross, multiply, divide, solve for X. You get 60. Don't worry, I had him check my math. I couldn't do that. I really do love my coworkers, though. My manager, he's a good guy. He was out on paternity leave at the beginning of the year, and I didn't even know men could have babies. But he's back now, and I asked him, "You do anything fun last night?" And he goes, "No, I was just babysitting." I said, "Babysitting? You mean the kid you just had? He goes, yeah. I was like, I think that's called parenting. And then he fired me. And I was like, great, no more sexism. More time for murder. Long distance relationships are difficult. I've been in one for 7 years now with my family. Yeah. I moved here from Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes. That's our claim to fame. Yeah, I've peed in about 10 of them. It's kind of like our version of a 14er. 10 down, 9,990 to go. But my family still lives in the Midwest, so I travel back and forth between here and there a lot, just to make sure I still love them. I do, but the distance definitely helps. Last time I was back, my grandma, she told me a story she thought I could take to the stage, because I'm nothing but a machine to her now. And she tells me, I was out in the garden, gardening, plot twist, when I was stung by a bee. And this is where my grandma got my attention, because my grandma, very allergic to bees. And she goes, so your grandpa went to go find the EpiPen. And honestly, you guys, it probably took him about 2 hours to shuffle his way there. It was expired by the time he got to it. But she goes, your grandpa went to go find the EpiPen, and in the process of unwrapping it and going to stab me, he stabbed himself. I was like, oh my God, Grandma, how does that story end? Did you guys survive? Spoiler alert. They did. Grandpa's not doing that well, but he's alive. Just kidding. But I told her, I was like, Grandma, yeah, that's funny. I just don't know why I would take the time to write a new joke when you and Grandpa inspired me to put a twist on an old classic. We all know why the chicken crossed the road, but why did you move your family from Detroit, Michigan to the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin? 'Cause Grandpa had an affair. Yeah. Kind of makes you wonder what that chicken was up to, right? I would also feel worse about telling that joke, but I was never the favorite grandchild anyway. For some reason, it's my cousin who the other day was hungover and told me he took NyQuil because it listed all of his symptoms. I don't know what it is. I think they must like him because he's tall. He's like the kind of tall where you meet him and you're in your head, you're like, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. Do you play basketball? Anyways, my grandma loves my cousin. She didn't love my joke. She goes, Leah, I only wanted a joke about bees. I was like, Grandma, what did you want me to say? EpiPens and penises. Grandpa just doesn't know where to stick them. Anywhere but you, I guess. Wow. You guys, I have permission to tell that joke. Don't worry. I asked. I'll leave you on this one. It's unfortunate. We live in a world where we feel we need to protect ourselves from each other, and it can be kind of scary for women walking alone at night. I was leaving a show one evening, 2 women in front of me having a full-on conversation about Derek or something. They hear me walking up behind them. The conversation ceases. Their bodies clench up. And then one of them finally gets brave enough to turn and look over her shoulder. She sees it's just me, and all of the tension in her body is released. And that's when I pulled out my knife. And I yelled, quit talking about Derek like that. That's my time. Thanks, guys.